Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today I want to share with you on a topic called happiness. There are different ways we may classify happiness. Sometimes we can classify the happiness as happiness that comes with defilements, and pure happiness. Happiness that comes with defilements. When you do some people enjoy doing bad things, so they feel happy. In that sense, they feel happy. There's a joyful feeling while doing bad things, killing the enemies or whatever, or stealing. They feel happy, or robbing. They feel happy. But such happiness will always end up when the result of the karma ripen. Then they always end up with suffering and pain. So this kind of happiness is not something that we should go for, not something that we should long for. Why? Because it will produce suffering in future. There's another type of happiness that will produce good result. Now, while you're doing something, you find happy. Then the result, when the karma ripen, it will be happy result. So such happiness is good because it produce good result. Usually happiness such as doing good, giving. Some people have a lot of joy doing dana. A lot of joy. Oh, today I keep 8 precepts. They feel very happy. So these are the happiness of giving, keeping morality, meditation. Many people also meditate very happily. So this kind of happiness is good. Good in the sense, the cause at the time of committing it, you feel happy. And when that karma ripen, you will also feel happy. Okay. So this is one way we classify happiness. There's another classification of happiness which I want to bring to your attention. Because sometimes as a yogis, when you find meditation boring, especially when you have not come to get a taste of the calmness and peace, then you may not feel so good about meditation. Especially at the beginning, you have pain, leg pain, this and that. Then what you do? You hide in the world of thoughts, thinking about the past, your glory, past glory, thinking about future, what you can gain, how much money you may earn, and whatever, all sorts of thinking. And I did that also. I did that myself also. Sometimes meditation, long hours of meditation whole day. I remember those days when I meditate in a cave in Sri Lanka, Situ Paua, for 8 months. Every day same, eat one meal, every day same life, lots of time. How much I think you can do? Lots of time, whole day, no other people disturb. So when you have the whole day meditating, in the yoga also you cannot do so much. Tai Chi also. So whole day, you have lots of time. Then sometimes, feel, hide myself. I hid myself in thinking. Thinking about philosophical ideas. The Tao Te Ching, the Lao Tzu's writing, Tao Te Ching. and the I Ching, the book of change, and all sorts of things. All these give me a lot of happiness. And when I fail, I have some kind of thinking breakthrough. Then I felt so happy. But if we only know, if we are only aware of such happiness, then our drive towards it is so strong. Then you may not succeed in this practice. Because this practice, we want to invoke the power of the mind by stealing the mind. Keep the mind one-pointed. Free from distraction of all thoughts, thinking. So if you, not easy to do that, but I want to bring to your attention and tell you, you will experience much higher happiness if you can do that. If you can suspend your thinking, it's possible. And you will have a new discovery about human potential. Potential of happiness, potential of mind powers, potential of the ability to discover about lives. Not life, lives, many lives. So, what are these? When we keep thinking, because of habitual, because of the kind of satisfaction of having some kind of illumination of thinking. Oh, I can think, last I didn't, my logical thinking could reach this area. Now I discover this. Using a lot of logical thinking, reasoning, induction or deduction or whatever. Then you feel satisfied because of the quest, the curiosity, the quest for knowledge is satisfied. The inquiring mind is satisfied. Because of the curiosity is satisfied. Because of that satisfaction, we feel happy. The sense of wisdom, you feel wise. Then you feel satisfied. That gives happiness. But if you really long for good knowledge, let me tell you, there is another type of wisdom which doesn't require thinking process. Thought process, yes, but not the thinking or reasoning process. We call Bhavana Maya Panya. The insight. Insight doesn't require a lot of reasoning. Just see. Just see reality. So this is one. So, okay. So this happiness, in this aspect, we have two categories. The happiness that comes without thinking, without reasoning. Of course with the mind, but not with reasoning or logical thinking. There are two types. One type comes with our samatha meditation. When you focus fully on one point, one-pointed, strongly, and free your mind from all obstacles in 5 hindrances, without greed, sensual lust, without anger, hatred, without sleepiness, sloth, torpor, without restlessness, and the remorse, and then without skeptical doubt. So when the mind is free from all these things that cause unhappiness in our mind, then naturally you discover happiness. For example, when you reach first jhana, you experience vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata. Okay, put aside the rest. The 5 jhana factors, out of the 5 jhana factors, 2 are rapture, joyful. Some they translate as rapture or strong joy, joyful feeling. And then another type is the happiness, happy feelings. One is joyful mental state, rapture mental state, rapturous mental state. One is happiness feeling, happy feeling. Okay? These two. So when you experience that comes without thinking. Because first jhana, when you're in jhana, the mind is all the time on one object. It doesn't come with the thinking process. Of course, some people say, I have some wandering thoughts in the jhana. That means the jhana is not pure. Just that only. It's not pure. It is not thought process. The jhana thought process is different. But it is not pure. Don't worry too much. Because when you first experience first jhana, there will be some impurity. It's okay. Just proceed. Rejoice with your achievement. Whatever you have attained, rejoice. If you are too fussy, too picky on your imperfection, very difficult to progress. You should be happy. You have made a big stride in the journey. Be happy, even though the result is not perfect. Fine. You will be perfected. Okay? So you come to experience this. Without thinking, in fact, you have higher happiness, peaceful happiness. Then that is the first time you experience, oh, wonderful. All the while we thought that with thinking, the kind of wisdom that you achieve with Cintamaya Panya, thinking wisdom, you feel happy. But now you come to experience another level of happiness, one-pointedness. Okay? Then the next level, you move on, is actually using this samatha power. You go and investigate, go and shine and look at discern. The right word is discern materiality and mentality. And see suffering, impermanent suffering and non-self. You will notice seeing this reality can produce happiness. This seeing of the reality doesn't come with reasoning. Doesn't come with reasoning. You don't say, oh, it is impermanent because of this. No, you just see the experience, bare experience itself produce that kind of insight. In fact, the ultimate reality is too fast. You don't even have time. If you get absorbed in the reality, you don't even have time to step back and then think about this and think about that. Then you become very deep, experiencing the reality, deep absorption. You can find a lot of happiness, very beautiful mental states. And among all those good states, like light, you can experience peace, confidence, etc., mindfulness. So out of these, there are 10. Upakilesa. The upakilesa, we call it, translated as kilesa is impure. Upakilesa is, I forgot the English translation. They use impurities of the wisdom, something like that. Upakilesa, 10. Then you experience that peace, calmness, confidence, a strong aspiration kind of thinking. Out of the 10 types, only one is attachment. The rest are good if you don't attach. Good state. So these are the good states that you can experience when you face with reality. But of course, you have to transcend that. If you don't transcend that, then you may get stuck. You need to transcend that. If you transcend that, then you come to the stage of purification or seeing what is path, what is non-path. If you transcend that level, that is the fifth purification. Okay? Now, so these are superior. The happiness that comes without thinking or without thinking because of one-pointedness, or without thinking, but with direct insight and experience of realities. That is happiness. Even seeing suffering is happiness. That not the superficial suffering, but three types of suffering. Dukkha, everyone knows. When you get sick, get old, this is suffering. Yes, you know. Viparinama dukkha, the suffering inherent in changes, that is suffering. And then the suffering due to the formations, sankhara dukkha, the change, the true nature of the formations, they call sankhara dukkha. So when you talk about seeing the suffering, when you see up to the real sankhara dukkha, the arising and passing away state, which cannot be stopped, is oppressive. When you see that nature deeply enough, you feel relief and a kind of liberating experience. And that is happiness as well. That's the wonder, the Buddha's teaching. Many people think that happiness you should come only when you avoid the unpleasant object. No, the Buddha brought us to the reality, no matter how unpleasant it is, but when you come to experience it directly and deeply, happiness arises. Similarly, in the samatha also, when you do the impurity practice, asubha, with the object, you can take corpse as object. But when you enter first jhana using the corpse as object, you find happiness. First jhana, you still find this rapturous rapture and then happy feelings. So these are the happiness. So no need to worry that you stop your thinking, you will lose your happiness. No. You will experience higher happiness by suspending your thinking. And some people worry, then I'll get stand up stupid. No, you cannot be stupid. Your wisdom will be sharper, more spontaneous, and faster to respond to situation. When you have that kind of experiential insight, kind of wisdom. So this happiness without thinking comes with especially with the vipassana insight, wisdom. It's so light and so simple. It looks simple because you can respond to situation, very complicated situation, very spontaneously, very quick and swift. Why? Because you just know it. You don't have to go through very sophisticated reasoning or thinking. You just know, like that. This. Like that. So this will be real wisdom. Free from the kind of very cumbersome feeling, heavy. No, you just feel so light and free. So do you want to have such happiness? I'm sure you want to try, huh? Try it, huh? So one important skills in meditation is using the skills of inclination. You need to incline towards the right direction. If you have a right inclination, everything becomes so easy. One common skill we use also, my teacher taught me in the past, also is see the disadvantage of this, see the advantage of the higher things. That's how you move on. Yeah, when you have to progress from first jhana to second jhana to third jhana, same. You reflect on the disadvantage on this, the advantage of the higher jhana, then you move on. You want to go to arupa jhana, from the formless, immaterial jhana. You reflect on the disadvantage of the materiality and reflect on the advantage of non-immateriality, immaterial state. Then because of that, you let go, then go higher. This is always the skill applied in all many Dhamma practice. Using the principle of inclination. When you see the disadvantage of this, you see the advantage of that. This advantage will push you on, this advantage will pull you forward. Yeah. So this is very important skills. Last time, once I asked my teacher, last time another teacher, one of my early teachers, I say, Pandey, how to overcome pride? Then he look at me. Then he say, reflect on the disadvantage of pride and reflect on the advantage of overcoming pride. So when you reflect like that, your mind incline. You discard this and you incline towards a higher, purer state. So today I give you this talk also. Hopefully you can incline towards letting go the disadvantage of the thinking wisdom, thinking happiness. Yeah, they are happiness. They are good, but not good enough. You can reflect on that. So your mind will incline towards letting go of the whole lot of thoughts, thinking process, to incline towards the thoughtless kind of state, the kind of happiness. So using this skill, you can use this skill to cultivate anything, yeah. Very helpful. We make aspirations. Usually after you cultivate merit, when you listen to Dhamma, it's a merit, meritorious, because it helps you to increase your wisdom. This is meritorious. A lot of wholesomeness arises in the mind. And then, speaking Dhamma also, I also cultivate good merits by teaching Dhamma to you, Dhamma Dana. So, when you have these merits, sometimes when merits ripen, we tend to be very happy, fortunate. So when we are fortunate, look at those fortunate people. Sometimes when they are fortunate, they end up being negligent, proud, or maybe just squander the good fortune. So while to avoid that, we make this aspiration. When we make aspiration, after we cultivate some wholesome merits, then this is like the luggage tag on your merits. So when the merits ripen, when you have the wish, may these merits help me to purify myself, then you're inclined, you have the tendency, when you're in a very fortunate time, you will have the tendency to do good. So when you are fortunate and you do more good, you are moving from light to light. So this is a protection, actually. This kind of wish is a protection. Then another wish is, may these merits be a supporting condition for realization of Nibbana. It's similar but slightly different, but it gives you the push towards the realization of peaceful happiness. You need not bother yourself with what is Nibbana, how it is like, put it aside. Just know that it is higher happiness. As long as you keep moving towards a higher happiness, you'll be alright. Okay? We are one happiness. Okay? So when it become a force that directs us towards the Nibbana, then we call this parami. It's no more ordinary punya, merit. It is a parami. Idang me punyang asawa kaya wahang hotu. Idang me punyang nibbana sa pacayo hotu. Mama punya bagang sabba sattanang bhajemi. Te sabe me samang punya bagang labantu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.